Hello, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to talk on communication skill, and particularly, we are talking about report writing and composing news item. The term communication is of Latin origin. It is derived from a Latin word communism, which in English means common. It means making the views common. Communications thus refer to the sharing of information, facts, thoughts, feelings, etc. between two or more persons, and thus making it common. On the basis of expression, communication is divided into the two parts: verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is a type of communication in which we use words either in oral form or in written form. For example, speech, dialogue, later, application. This verbal communication again divided into two subtypes: oral communication, and second one is the written communication. Oral communications, it is a verbal communication in which we use words in oral form. For example, lecture, speech, seminar, telephonic conversation, etc. etc. B. Written communication. Written communication is also a verbal communication in which we use words in written form. For example, later, application, etc. etc. Now we are talking about a report writing or the report. Report or essay are two different pieces of writing. The two words are sometimes used interchangeably. A report is a short, concise document which is written for the particular purpose or audience, whereas an essay presents arguments and researching. In other words, we can say that the report is a record of facts and it analyzes a situation or problem, often making a recommendation for further action. A report may include following points: a description of a sequence of event or a situation, your own interpretations of the significance of the events or a situation, a careful investigation of the facts, discussion of the likely outcome of further courses of action, your recommendations for a course of action, and of course, lastly, conclusion. Some guidelines for report writing. They are very important while we are writing report. Before you start your writing, you should take some time to prepare and plan writing your report. Decide your readers and purpose of writing report. Once you find out a basic of your report, start collecting supporting information. Then sort and evaluate that information. Organize collected information and start structuring it together in an order. In introductory part of the report, explain the problem or the state, the foremost information, and let the readers know why the report is being made. You may explain how the details of the reports are arranged. Main body of the report is followed by an introduction. Information in this section is usually arranged in order of importance of the most important information upcoming first. Discussion and your recommendations can be the part of the section and can be included at the end of the main body, which will be useful to determine the future courses of action. At the end, conclusion must be added. This is where everything comes together. As far as the writing style of the report is concerned, keep it simple, keep sentences short and to the point. Do not too much details unless it is needed. Heading must be given to the report. A descriptive title which is expressive of the content of report is expected. Here, one example is given to you of report writing. A good example. A report on the flood situation in Marathwada, Mumbai, July 20. Torrential heavy rains have been pouring continuously throughout Marathwada for the last 2 days. Godavari, Penganga, and Manjara rivers are in spate due to the heavy rains. Our reporter says that near about 70 persons in various parts of Marathwada are washed away in flood water. The flood situation is very grim in Marathwada due to the torrential heavy rains. Godavari, Penganga, Bindusara, and Manjara rivers are full flooded and flowing with a roaring furious water. Flood water is rising every moment and they have crossed their danger level in Nanded and Parbhani districts. People living in villages nearby rivers are shifted to the safer place. All the low-lying areas are inundated. Near about 30 villages in Parbhani district and 20 villages in Nanded district, 25 villages in Beed districts are surrounded by flood water. In Parbhani district and Nanded, people have taken shelters on housetop, hilltops, and trees. Thousands of people have become homeless. Most of the roads and railway tracks are either under the water or washed away. Transportation, communication, and electric supply is totally collapsed. Schools and colleges are closed till the situation improves. 20 people washed away in Nanded districts. Total death toll has reached to 70. More than Thousand animals are feared killed and washed away in flood water. The loss of the property estimated is near about 15 crores. Military has been called for help. Food packets, medicines, and clothes are dropped down through helicopter. The relief and rescue operation is in full swing. The CM and PM have made aerial survey and declared rupees 5 crores for the flood affected people. Weather forecast indicated heavy rains for the next 10 hours. There is a fear of diseases like cholera and dysentery. Now, this is a good example of report writing. Now we are talking about the second important topic in our communication skill is of our composing news items. Here, news provide us the information about the current events through many different media like word of mouth, painting, broadcasting, electronic communication, etc. Here, news always consists of elements of curiosity, strangeness, and informativeness. News is also interpreted as north, east, west, and south. Here, we focus primarily on news articles. News article, an item which include the basic of relevant current event. It answers the questions words like who, whom, what, where, how, and when, and lastly why. We have remembered that for the structuring of any news item, one must have a proper understanding for research of the event. Structure of the news article. A news item generally consists of the following sections. First one is the head or headline or lead line. Headline must consist of only limited important words. It should give only concentrate information. The verb in this heading is generally in simple present and active voice. The use of helping verbs is undesirable in a headline. Headline is the most based on which the readers may decide whether to continue or not to continue news. Second important thing is the introduction. It consists of informations like place and date of events and the agency or the sources of information. It shortly answer who, what, where, when. It is a short paragraph by reading which the readers understand what the news is about. By reading the introductory paragraph, the readers may decide to read further or not. In modern time, people generally don't read the whole news. So they just read the introductory part and move to the next news. Third important part is the body. Main body. Body of the news item includes all the details of the events. Here the answer the questions like who, whom, what, where, when, how, and why are given in detail. We must put together all the facts and collected information in our main body. Some important points to remember for our news item. Make necessary research about these events you want to report. Number one, choose only the catchy and important words for headline. Second, use simple, present, and active voice in headline. Third, practice writing a short introductory or introduction which will gives you only the necessary information. Fourth point, field of journalism has specific language and expression. Try to understand and use them. Fifth, avoid complication sentences, structures, and use standard vocabulary. Sixth, concluded your news in a proper way so that it looks like as a finished writing. Right? Here is a simple news for you. 33 kills in a cloudburst by our staff reporter, Mumbai, July 27. It has rained very heavily and continuously for 15 hours throughout Konkan on Saturday afternoon, recorded the highest rain of 90 millimeter. Due to the heavy rains and storm, normal life throughout Konkan is totally disturbed. This torrential rain has claimed 33 lives and caused the cancellation of several long distance buses. Introductory paragraph finished. Next. Heavy rains with the hailstorm and a storm lashes Sindhudurg, Kundal, Kasal, Raipura, Kharepattanam, Vengula, Malwa, Ratnagiri, Chiplun. These are the part of Konkan area. Sindhudurg, yeah. Sangameshwar yesterday evening for the 15 hours, disturbing the normal life throughout Konkan. Official resources reported that this recorded torrential heavy rains which poured like cloudburst claimed 33 lives in Konkan and caused the cancellation of several long distance buses. Suddenly, heavy rains and a storm with the thunders and lightning flashes paralyzed all activities in all the districts of Konkan yesterday evening. Heavy rain disturbs electric supply, transportation, transport, communication, and market for 15 hours. Long distance buses like Nagpur, Solapur, Bombay were either cancelled or delayed due to the road blocking by uprooting trees. Normal life can be stand still for the 5 hours in Ratnagiri and Kankavali. 11 killed in Devkot, 12 killed in Ratnagiri, and 10 kills in Raigad due to the lightning, collapsed wall, and trees. CM visited the rain affected area and declares rupees 5 crores help. Showering every even continued late in the evening and night. Situation is said to be improved by tomorrow. So in this way we can understand how the news item as well as report writing. So thank you for watching. Subscribe channel for more videos.